Howdy folks, Jammy here, and in this episode of Puppet Panic, I'm going to be talking about a bunch of adverts that use puppetry. So without any further ado, let's go! Wilkins Coffee. These are perhaps the most famous and beloved puppet commercials. They were made by Jim Henson and his wife Jane during the early days of Jim's filmmaking career. Each advert stars puppets Wilkins and Wontkins. Wilkins insists that Wontkins should drink his coffee, but Wontkins always refuses. And Wilkins punishes the poor Wontkins just for turning down a cup of joe. The simple reason why these adverts have stood the test of time is because they're funny. Very, very, very funny. Every commercial is super fast, but that's what makes the escalation towards violence so hilarious. Things get crazy so rapidly quick that you can't help but laugh at the sudden jump in tone.
Care for a cup of Wilkins coffee?
No, I don't like coffee.
Which is made even funnier by how Wontkins is given zero time to defend himself, avoid danger, or change his mind.
How about a cup of Wilkins coffee?
No, let me have brand X.
Okay.
Ooh, that's smart.
But what makes these adverts work the most is how the cheery personality of Wilkins dramatically contrasts against his lack of mercy. Wilkins is the judge, jury, and executioner for every advert, yet he punishes Wontkins with this friendly, happy tone, like he thinks it's normal to kill or injure a friend if they hate your coffee. If you've not checked these classic ads out yet, I encourage you to do so because a lot of them have been archived online, and the joke never ever gets old.
You have any Wilkins coffee in your house?
No.
You know, a house isn't a home without Wilkins coffee.
LaChoy. These Jim Henson adverts aren't as funny as Wilkins, but there's still some fun to be had from them. The humour and appeal comes from the comical disparity between the formal TV host and the larger-than-life dragon.
Hey, you're supposed to be quick cooking LaChoy chow mein, not roasting marshmallows.
I'm on a lunch break.
You mean you don't eat LaChoy chow mein for lunch?
Of course. This is dessert.
The TV host is taking his job very seriously, as he prioritizes selling how good this tin chow mein is, all while a big fire-breathing dragon who just wants to help steals his thunder.
Hold this can, please. Watch closely now. Wait, you'll really be hooked on LaJoy chow mein.
Yeah, there are better Jim Henson adverts out there, but they were a decent effort on Jim's part to market a cheap canned food for folks who didn't have the time or resources to cook the genuine dish. Linet Fabric Finish. This is yet another Jim Henson directed commercial. It stars Sir Linet, an anthropomorphic fabric finish who comes to rescue a lady's clothing. It's a cute advert with little things that make it very charming, like Sir Linet's feet conveniently being ironing pads, and the way Jim Henson puppeteers clothes to look like real humans. Everything about this 30-second ad is just so lovely and creative. The 60s home aesthetic is the cherry on top of the whole thing, because everything from the tacky vintage wallpaper to the actress's hairstyle scream a nostalgic time period. PG Tips. British tea brand PG Tips used to run a series of adverts starring chimpanzees in human costumes, but these commercials were deemed too cruel and exploitative. To replace them, a puppet called Monkey was introduced. A funny little fella who promoted PG Tips in his own cheeky ways.
So you're telling me they won't show my new vajazzle? Oh, waste of time that was. Well, I should have kept it tea.
There's so much to love about him, from his woolly knitted design that gave him a handmade charm, to his natural Britishisms that the English could relate to.
Nuns go mad in Kavos. Celebrity exorcism. The man with a face for a face. I'll keep it tea, thank you.
But most folks best remember him for his collaborations with Lancashire comedian Johnny Vegas. The chemistry between Monkey and Johnny is brilliant, because Vegas treats Monkey like a real person, and embraces the fact that his co-star is a puppet. We buy that these two are close housemates. Plus these adverts always have an endearing homeliness to them that make me feel warm and cozy.
Ta-da!
The most notable of these ads was a wonderful tribute to the classic Morecambe and Wise breakfast sketch, which served as a sincere love letter to Morecambe and Wise, while also being its own adorable thing. Cadburys Smash. In these ads, a group of Martians praise the convenience of Smash, an instant mashed potato brand, and then they mock Earthlings for still peeling their potatoes. Cadburys took the risk of making their potential customers the joke, but it all pays off. These ads have the same comedy value as Henson's Wilkins ads, and each commercial has a different spin on the formula.
Earthlings are divided into two species. Those who use giant tin smash with 16 servings, measuring scoop, and resealable lid, and others who carry heavy bags of potatoes home to make mash. So how else can we tell the Earthlings apart? The ones that carry potatoes may have longer arms.
It's just so funny seeing this advanced race of space aliens laughing their asses off at the human race's dependence on potato peelers.
They eat a great many of these. They peel them with their metal knives. Boil them for 20 of their minutes. Then they smash them all to bits. They are clearly a most primitive people.
The designs for the puppets are great as well. They have unique robotic appearances, and their flapping mouths make their sneering laughter even funnier. It makes sense why these characters stuck with the British public for so long. I could honestly watch every Smash advert back to back and never get bored of them poking fun at humanity. Diet Coke. I used to find the Diet Coke puppet adverts kind of creepy when I was young, because they're basically Bratz dolls on strings. But I can better appreciate them now. I mean, first of all, any advert that tries to do marionette puppetry has me impressed, because it's maybe the hardest puppetry technique to master, due to the constant risk of getting the strings tangled. The puppeteers did a fantastic job of bringing these marionettes to life, to the point where you really have to pay attention to the subtle details they put in. Plus, the puppetry is dynamic enough to go along with the flow of each advert's short length.
No, it's all wrong! Oh, I hate it.
Whoa, someone needs to lighten up.
Secondly, it's great seeing marionettes that are designed to be relatable to women. Sure, I don't remember any of these characters' names, but there's an effort to put them in everyday situations or conflicts for the target demographic to resonate with. Although you could argue that there's a little stereotyping going on. All in all, these adverts have actually held up better than I remember. Kinder Surprise eggs. This one. Everyone knows this nightmare fuel of an advert. A grotesque Humpty Dumpty speaks in devil's tongue as he gets excited about a Kinder egg.
Gibbo shaky. Me unscrabbly.
Then falls off his wall, possibly back into the hell where he came from. The puppet is this stretched out, uncanny valley thing that leans more towards being scary than cute. It's no surprise that this commercial was taken off the air after scaring kids. I'm sure the commercial's creators intended for this to all be charming fairy tale whimsy, and it does look like a lot of hard work went into the animatronic effects. But the end result is honestly, well, cursed. However, this isn't the worst Humpty Dumpty I've seen, because brace yourselves, this exists. Look at it, stare into its soul. Sugar Puffs. The mascot for the British cereal brand Sugar Puffs, the honey monster, is a legend of breakfast idols. This yellow furry guy is adorably clumsy but always has a big smile on his face. It doesn't matter what scenario this beast is put in, he always steals the advert with his larger-than-life personality. His big round eyes, dopey mouth and bulky size give him this cuddly himbo look that I just adore. Oh, and Sugar Puffs often include free toys in their boxes, which means that we frequently get to see the honey monster playing with toys like a big kid, meeting pop culture characters, or collabing with celebrities, making him one of the more interactive cereal mascots out there. Honey Monster's design started off kind of clunky, and well, bad. But as time went on, the puppet became more visually appealing and the bodysuit actor was given more physical freedom.
Wow, it's the honey monster!
I'll do anything for my love, honey!
Even when the Honey Monster got a hip revamp in the late 90s, most likely for cynical marketing reasons, he actually totally owned the change, because he's cool enough to pull off a rap star persona. That is how versatile he is as a character. Jammy Dodgers. When the biscuit brand Jammy Dodgers started expanding their flavours, they began an advert campaign starring monkey puppets based on each flavour, and tried to have a rivalry between them.
Jammy.
Toffee.
Jammy.
Toffee.
Jammy.
Toffee!
I actually don't know how I feel about these ads. They're funny yet creepy, cool but strange. There's something odd about monkeys with biscuit head frames, plus their clunky, wobbly puppetry and semi-realistic designs and an uncanny valley feel. But at the same time, there's a charismatic charm to them. The quirkiness is certainly intentional, of course. because sometimes weird can stick with you, and that's exactly what advert agencies want. Oh, and there's no denying that dividing the flavours into competitive rivals made the campaign kind of fun too. So, I think I like these commercials, I don't know.
Jammy. Toffee. Jammy. Toffee.
Jammy.
Chalky!
Delmio Sauce. These commercials for the pasta sauce brand Delmio are S-tier classics. I love them so much and they always make me smile. They follow the lives of a humble Italian family who bond over their love of Delmio. It's just so sweet how close they all are, how pasta dinner together is a highlight of their daily lives, and how much they love their mama's cooking. Every ad is like an episode of a cute family sitcom. Heck, I kind of wish it was, because these characters are just so dang charming.
Hey, Carlo!
You can't make it to dinner, dinner makes it to you.
At the same time, these commercials are rich in the atmosphere of the Italian countryside, so much so that it's like they take you right into Tuscany and make you feel like you're really there. The tomato on top has to be how good the adverts make the food look. I mean, come on, you want pasta now, don't you?
Ah, Mama, you can't beat homemade, eh? Dolmio lasagna, when Signor Dolmio Day.
So those are all the commercials I'm going to be talking about today, but maybe I'll revisit this topic again someday. Which is your favourite puppet commercial? Let everyone know in the comments section below. Cheerio, folks.
Discover a Kermit you never knew as he discovers a new world for the very first time on the adventure that changed his life and ours forever. Kermit's Swamp Years.
It's my true story, warts and all.